What is up, guys? Happy Monday. Today, we're going to go ahead and cover understanding retracements, right? Because it's very important to understand where we are in the market at all times, right? And this also helps us with predicting market movements, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. So last week, we did sell examples.
We're gonna return stuff. That's all I need.
Last week, we were doing sell examples. This week, we will go ahead and do some buy examples, okay? So guys, if the market is going up and the market is going higher, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Right? Uptrend. Now, that's the thing. If we're in an uptrend and we could see that the market, where's my, oh, okay, take a look. They're blended in. And we can see the market is having break of structures to the upside, guys. And the market is in an uptrend. What should we be looking for? Buys or sells? Let's go. Guys, that's half the battle right there. Right? That's half the battle right there. Understanding the trend and understanding what our bias should be. Okay. So now let's go ahead and we'll break this down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and draw because I feel like we understand things a bit better when I draw things out for some reason. So let's go ahead. All right. So right now the market is giving us some bullish movement, right? Well, let's go ahead and let the market create structure. We still have to wait for market to create structure like all the time. Market gives me a pullback. So right now at this point, guys, we have higher high and higher low. Give me a 2 if you guys are with me right now. Awesome. Let's go. Now, if we know that we need to have a break of structure, higher high, higher low, we need to have the market break and close above this line, right? Guys, if you know that you need a break of structure, it's okay to put a line right here. And you could put need BOS for buy opportunity. That's letting you know until the market breaks and closes above, I really have no opportunities yet. The market can literally hang out right here and we can actually go lower, right? So it's very important that we have that BOS line, okay? Now, the thing is, let's go ahead, get this market pumping. Let's go. We finally get that break of structure that we're looking for. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead. Guys, do we have our break of structure to the upside? Do we have the break of structure? Can I update this now? Am I allowed to update my line? Let's go. Yes, we have the break of structure to the upside. Now, when we see BOS, guys, that's letting us know that the market wants to continue trend. Okay. I'm actually just going to update this real quick. I'm going to move this over. Right. That's letting us know that the market wants to continue the trend to the upside. So if this is what we're seeing now, again, guys, I need you guys to stay with me, right? This whole movement right here is the daily time frame. It's your higher time frame, right? So if you like to scalp the 1 minute or the 5 minute, this is probably your 1 hour to 4 hour structure. That's your 1 hour, 4 hour higher time frame structure. If you like to trade the 1 hour, 4 hour, this is going to be your daily slash weekly structure. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. All I'm saying is this right here is going to be your higher time frame structure, your higher time frame bias. This is going to help you find your trend and help you find your opportunities. Okay. So once we have our break of structure to the upside, guys, we need to find our starting point, which is going to be the last selling candle before the market break structure. So we'll have this right here. I'm going over this fairly quick because everybody should know this more or less. And this isn't really the topic that I'm covering today, right? It's the retracement phase of the market, which is when the market starts to make that U-turn and come back down. Okay, so everybody should more or less know the starting points. But once we've identified our last selling candle before that break of structure, that's our starting point. That's our demand zone for buy opportunities, right? Once we have our starting point, we need to find the lowest wick in that area, and that'll be our stop loss. Okay. Let's go ahead. That's my stop loss. Awesome. Awesome. So now at this point, guys, we have our buy opportunity ready. Give me an 8 if you are with me so far. Now, this is the thing. We want to focus on this area here where the market wants to go ahead and start making that U-turn to come back down for us. That's what I want to go ahead and break down today. Everybody should understand this. We've covered this setup, the starting point setup, damn near every Monday for like the past year, right? So everybody should have an idea about this. There's a ton of videos on my YouTube about this, right? I want to break down the retracement phase and how we can start looking for counter trend trades if you choose to take counter trends. If you don't take counter trend trades, that's fine, but still understanding the market structure that can help you feel comfortable when you're like, okay, the market's going to want to start reversing now and and it's going to start heading towards me. When you can start seeing that, you're going to start feeling a lot more comfortable and confident in the market. When you're going to see the breaks of structures to the downside, and the market is actually respecting and it's listening to all the markups that you've marked up, you're going to understand exactly where we are in the market. Give me a 1 if that makes sense. Give me a question mark if you're confused about that. Awesome. I'm going to put this over here. So now, what I would like to see, this is like in a perfect trading scenario, right? What I would like to see is some type of equal high or maybe even a downward trend line liquidity. That way we can either have equal high liquidity here, or we could have some type of trend line liquidity. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. In the perfect world, this is what I would like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing the trend line liquidity the whole way down. It might take forever, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't. That's fine. What I don't like to see is when the market starts to jump up and make everything confusing. And then it's like this. Like, yes, it's liquidity. It's going to take out some and build some, but it makes it confusing, right? So in a perfect trading world, I would love to see liquidity, whether it's equal highs or trendline liquidity. Now, why do we want to see equal highs or trendline liquidity? Does anybody know? Does anybody have an idea why we want to see liquidity to the upside? Especially if we're in an uptrend, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high.
Confluence.
Okay, yes, confluence. But what else? To continue the trend, right? That helps with the confluence, right? If the market is in an uptrend, right? If the market is in an uptrend and the market leaves liquidity here, we have higher high, higher low, higher high. If the market makes its way down here to make a higher low, sooner or later, we should continue to make a new higher high. Does that make sense? Give me a 3 if that makes sense, and give me a question mark if you are confused. We are going to be using this liquidity here as a target point, because if the market really wants to continue, if the market makes its way down, we want to take this out so the market can continue to the upside. Does anybody have any question about that right there? Any questions? If we can see liquidity when the market is in an uptrend and we're like, oh man, we know we're waiting down here, and we can either see trend line liquidity or we can see some type of consolidation, equal high type movement, that's good. Whichever one that we can get, I'll take. Whichever one that we can get, I'll take. As long as the market starts to head down my way, I'm down, because I know we're in an uptrend, and I know sooner or later the market will take this liquidity out. And that's not to mention, like, if the market's moving like this, we're going to have some trendline liquidity here as well, right? I don't want to confuse you too much about the liquidity. But I really hope that makes sense, guys, because this is going to help us develop and get better with training our eyes, right? For target points. Yes, you want to do minimum 1 to 3s, and I always preach that, but that is also fairly beginner, and it works. That's why everybody will preach that. But at the same time, let's say the market is up here. Let's say the market is way up here, and then this is the area where it starts to reverse for us. Yes, I want to practice 1 to 3 minimum, but don't trip, focus up. If this is my target point, and I know I want the market to eventually give me a higher low, to give me a higher high, I would like to go ahead and stretch my take profit, and that will give me a better risk to reward. Obviously, this is a drawing and an example, but this would be a 1 to 4 risk to reward, or 1 to 4 risk to reward rather than the 1 to 3. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 5 if that makes sense. So understanding liquidity, yes, it helps us with understanding the trend and target points and things that need to be taken out. But I really like to use those as target points as well. Okay, awesome. So now, what I don't really like to see, guys, and this is because I know it's going to confuse you. Why? Because it used to confuse me. Okay, now let's take a step back here. Guys, if this is my break of structure, where would my change of direction line be? Who wants to go ahead and draw it out? My change of direction line. That is. My change of direction line would be here. All right, Nova. Y'all just drawing now. Y'all just drawing for real. Nah, I'm just fucking with you guys. Nah, you're good. Right? If this is my higher high, higher low, this was my dominant high. This was my dominant low. Everything else is inside, which means this is my dominant higher high, my dominant higher low, my dominant new high. Okay. So let me take it. This would be my change of direction line. Okay. So look, we're in an uptrend, right? We're in an uptrend. Now, this is the thing. People get confused. People get so confused when they see structure like this: consolidation, break of structure, change of direction. They think that this setup right here is the big move. They think this setup right here is the big reversal. Guys, where's my big reversal at? Who wants to draw on my chart? It's literally on my chart right now. Thank you. Thank you. It's right here. This is why drawing your line and telling yourself need change of direction for sell opportunity is so important, because my big reversal is here. This is the counter trend reversal, guys. This is the 1 hour reversal. Break of structure, change of direction. Sometimes in the market, we're going to see this instead of equal highs. And we're going to see this instead of trend line liquidity. But When you see trendline liquidity or equal highs, it's much easier to think that the market is going to continue going higher. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. When you see something like this or like this, you're thinking that the market will continue higher. And when you see something like this with the clean break of structure and a clean change of direction, you automatically think this is the massive reversal to the downside. Give me a 5 if you've ever thought that. Give me a 5 if you've ever participated in something like this. And then the market just continues to run up. Guys, that is not the big reversal. That is why you need to understand where your higher time frames are, your 4-hour and your daily starting points. Because if your 4-hour and your daily starting points and reversals have been hit, those are the bigger plays. The 1 hour / 15-minute, those are not the big plays. Those are the counter trends that start to push the market back down to our next buy opportunity. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. Sometimes you will see this, and I'm not saying that you can't take the opportunity. Yeah, sometimes the market will give you an opportunity, whether it's the right shoulder or whether it's the starting point, right? If you choose to indulge in that, then by all means, do so. Okay. But now look at, we have a break of structure to the downside right now in this area. Where's my change of direction line go for buys? I have my change of direction for sells, but where does my change of direction line go for buys? Who wants to draw it on there? I know we have some vets. I know we have some vets. Y'all being super shy right now.
I can't draw on my phone, but the lower high.
Got you. It's going to be this one here. Right? So even though the market may miss my zone, if the market changes direction, I can now start looking for buy opportunities. Okay. And that's why sometimes, guys, when you're looking for sells in the counter trend, this is literally just a pullback. It's setting up for an inverted. And then it continues to buy. But you don't see it that way. You're not looking at it like break of structure, change of direction. You're not looking at it this way to continue the buys. You automatically see this tiny inverted and you think it's the most massive move ever, right? So that's fine. I get it. I used to get caught in stuff like that too. And now I'm going to show you how to react when market conditions change, right? Let's say you were looking to take sales there. Okay. I get it based off of structure, but let's say this happens. Let's say it continues and it violates and your stop loss gets hit. When this happens, you delete everything and you start fresh. You have to look at it with a bullish mindset. So where was my liquidity sweep? My liquidity sweep was right here. That was my break of structure to the downside. If that was my break of structure to the downside, where was my change of direction at, guys? If this is my BOS, where was my change of direction at? Let's go. My change of direction is here, which means I can continue to look for some more buy opportunities. If the market wants to continue bullish, we'll continue bullish. Trust me, guys, this will happen to the newest individual because once they're just head and shoulder happy, all they're seeing is this. But when you understand and know how to adapt to market conditions change, you have to delete the markup. Don't get all scared. Don't get all emotional. Delete, stay fresh, and just wait. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. Because again, the market is bullish. We're in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend. This is why, this reason exactly is literally why I stopped taking counter trend sales. Because I would always get caught inside of these opportunities. Always, bro. I'm telling you. That's literally why I stopped taking counter trends, because I didn't want to get got. Okay. Now, let's switch, because sometimes you will see the head and shoulder that starts the retracement phase. And this is where people can start participating in counter trend sales, right? If we have a pullback, lower low, lower high opportunity, we have a break of structure. Let's just continue the markups. This is my BOS. This is my change of direction line. Let's just continue the movement. Maybe we have, I was going to build consolidation, but it's okay. We could just keep it simple. Lower low, lower high, break a structure. Let's continue the movement. Again, guys, this is how you're going to catch the counter trend sells, right? Whether it's a head and shoulder that you can see inside structure or the starting point, whichever that you can see to take the counter trend sells, you can take those opportunities, right? Because in that area, you're probably going to see a tiny head and shoulder too. So whichever structure you can see clean, those are the counter trend opportunities. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. But sooner or later, these cells are going to stop, and we're going to have to continue that trend. Whoever decides to ride these counter trends, sooner or later, guys, it will stop. Market gives us an opportunity. Let's continue to move our break of structure lines. My change of direction line. Awesome. This is the very last counter trend sell. At this point, we were in our daily / 4-hour starting point. We should continue to look for buys. Give me a 6 if you guys are with me right now. Awesome. I'm just going to create more liquidity here. Just make this like a deeper retracement. Maybe we have some type of trend line. Then we have some equal highs here, but I'll just leave it like this for now. Okay, cool. So, you and I are looking for buys. All of us, all of Powerhouse, right? We're looking for buys. Let's make these blue. Got myself. Let's see it. We got JQ. We got we got Fernanda, Isha, Jennifer. Let's see. We got a Zoom user or two inside of here somewhere. We're all looking for buys, right? So the market just picked us up. Boom. One by one. Orders have been filled. Let's go. The market gets pushed into profit. Oh, Kenny, my boy. Come on, big dog. Market gets pushed into profit. Now, at some point, these counter trend sales are going to have to stop. I'm not saying it can't give a slight rejection and give profit, because this is how we get our starting points created. The last sell candle before the break of structure or change of direction to the upside. Give me a 7 if that makes sense. I'm not saying it can't get a little bit of respect on its name, but what I'm saying is at some point, those sales are going to have to stop. So let's go ahead. We got the change of direction. Let's go ahead and update. Same rules apply. Guys, if my cells just got smacked, I delete and stay fresh. What can I see? Well, I can see we have a break of structure or liquidity sweep. I can see our change of direction, and I can see a massive rally breakout. So let's go ahead and follow that rally back down to our last buying candle. Our last selling candle. And we have our second opportunity. If the market can give us this opportunity, that would be great. But we're already in, right? We're already in, but if we can get a second opportunity, even better. Now, this is also what I like to see, right? If we can see more liquidity being built up, oh man, even better. We have liquidity sitting at the upside. We have liquidity sitting on this left-hand side still. Guys, we can't just stay basic, right? We have to start using our eyes to see the bigger picture. Does that make sense? I would like to get into another opportunity and shift that market higher. Give me a 10 if this makes sense. Give me a question mark if you are confused right now. I'm just going to leave that out for visual purpose. Trust me, guys. A lot of the times, depending on the time frame, this right here will take a long time. You can catch counter trends, counter trend opportunities if you wish, right? If you like to, for sure. On higher time frames, sometimes these move are 80 pips, 100 pips. On lower time frames, if the market is bullish and you're looking to take 1 minute counter trend sales, I'm personally not interested in that shit at all because lower time frame structure just isn't the strongest. Higher the time frame, stronger the structure, right? So if the market is bullish on the 1 minute, I'm just going to wait right here. I am not going to be looking to take any of these counter trends because the market can easily continue going higher at any minute. Okay. Guys, take your screenshots. Again, this is higher high, higher low, higher high. All of this is part of my higher low. Boom, higher low here, higher high. Guys, this is how it is. Higher time frame is a lot cleaner structure. A lot cleaner structure. The lower time frame is very, very choppy, very, very noisy, very, very ugly. Right? So, who is ready for some live examples? Bro, be quiet, bro. Who's ready for some live examples, guys? Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move this out the way and just leave it like this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this. You guys can take a screenshot if you choose. Let's go. All right, I see you. I see Fernanda sent in the chart. I saw you send one in earlier. Let's see. I see. Okay. I got you. US, Canadian dollar, we're on the 4-hour time frame. The market did respect it here. We did get some profit, shot the market up. We just didn't continue to go higher. We got to break a structure. We just didn't get our change of direction. So we were expecting left shoulder, entry, change of direction, opportunity, right? But as of right now, we do have a slight break of our change of direction. That is a very suspect change of direction. I will be honest with you. Like if this candle would have closed like this, I'd be like, all right, cool. That's a lot better. But this is very, very iffy. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Right. Now, for me, I'm never really trusting these. I just don't mind. I don't mind being the second one in. Like, let's say the market does come up and then sell. I would rather get in on this sell here for extra confirmation because this right here would be a much better change of direction for me. Does that make sense? So as of right now, because this is such a suspect change of direction, this is my break is structured to the downside, and I would still be looking to continue buys. Left shoulder, head, change of direction, continue buys. Right? Let's see. Yeah, of course. Now, obviously, by tomorrow, like if we have a little pullback and then we have the drop that happens here, okay, cool. Our starting point is here, and then you have your BOS locked in for your left shoulder. This would be your head for the stop loss. Does that make sense? Awesome. Yeah, for something like this, I just don't really have a lot of confidence in something like that. Even though like I do see you have buys lower, which I would not mind as well. But yeah, I just don't really have, I don't like those. I like clear change of directions. Very, very clear change of directions. But I literally have the same thing marked up. So now I'm just waiting for that reversal. Let's go. Love it, love it. Love it, I love it. Twins, nah, that ass. Shout out to Fernanda though, for real. She's been locked in on the boot camp, and you can definitely see her chart markups are getting better. So shout out to you. Stay consistent. Way to stay consistent. Was that the only one you sent in though? Thought I saw another one. The new boot camp? No, I have not created a new boot camp. She's watching the old one right now. But I am gonna be making a new boot camp for you guys. So just keep that in your back pockets. Where are we at right here, bro? Okay, cool. So now we're on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the monthly. Let's go to the monthly. Oh, this is some ugly structure for sure. Right, but it's okay. It is what it is. It's still structure. We'll just use this as an example. Right, guys, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend here? Is the market going higher or lower here?
Higher.
Right, so we should be looking for buys. Not only that, I mean, if we zoom out, everything kind of just matches, right? We have a sweep of liquidity and we're continuing to, we just got that break of structure or change of direction to the upside. So awesome, right? Awesome. Now, obviously, this doesn't look as clear, but it is, right? We have a break of structure to the upside, and my change of direction line would probably be here. Let's go to the lower time frame. Weekly time frame. Okay, so this was the high established, and this is the low established. So I'm gonna use this. Now lower time frames, that'll probably be a bit more defined. Yes, sir. Now, if this is my daily break, my weekly breakout, right? My weekly break of structure to the upside. Guys, this is my breakout rally right here. Boom, breakout rally right here. My last selling candle right there. So we already have our next possible swing opportunity locked in. We wait for the market to come back in this area so we can continue with the bullishness. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. But now let's go ahead and look at lower time frames. Go to the daily. Daily structure is very, very similar, right? We can see that the breakout happened here on the daily. So if we want to minimize and take it to the daily starting point, we can also do that as well, right? So now same thing, same rules apply. This is my daily starting point. I'm waiting for opportunities in this area. But now look, we can already start to see the retracement phase where it's starting to come back for us. Can you guys see that? We know that everybody is looking for buys right here. Myself, well, let's change those colors, my boy. I'm not liking those red. Myself, Nana, So, JQ, Giovanni, Nova, Catherine, Joseph, we're all looking for buys right here, right? Market hasn't picked us up yet. Now let's drop to the 4-hour time frame. And now we're starting to see the market make its way back. Now, I want you guys to take a look at the structure that is happening inside of here. Ooh, it sounded like gunshots. I ain't gonna lie. I want you to look at the structure inside of here, and I want you to mark up what you guys can see on my chart. So I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Now, I want you to mark up whether it's liquidity, whether it's the head and shoulder break, a structure, change of character. I want to see what you guys can see if you guys don't mind participating. There is no right or wrong. I'm going to break everything down right now. So go ahead. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to do what it does. Let's see if y'all can hear my music right now. Come on, y'all. Okay, Luis, I see you guys. Okay, so I see you. What else you guys see? What else you guys see? Who gonna see it? Who gonna mark it up, bro? Who wants to
Free my
get
niggas
better?
on lock. They been hanging up the pictures with the toothpaste. Up the skull
Okay,
when
no,
tying
but I
out a
see you.
shoelace. Serving ain't to say it's good for a toothache. I had to cut some people out, they were too fake. Should've had 4 eyes, he was two-faced.
Okay,
they was trying to
so
slow me down, but it's too late. I used to rob.
awesome. I appreciate y'all for participating. Right now, this is what I am seeing. I'm locating the shift of structure right now. Right. I can see a break of structure here. Whether you use this one or this one, the rules still apply. We do get a change of direction. Well, that's a very suspect. It doesn't look like that happened. But even then, even like I'm not even really willing to take a counter trend anyways, right? So if this doesn't change direction clearly, I personally am not taking any sales in this area because this wasn't a clear defined change of direction for me. But if the market gave me something like this, and the market changed direction right here and then made its way back up, that would be a counter trend that I wouldn't mind you guys taking because this is a defined change of direction. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. Any questions about that? I don't take head and shoulders that only give me 100% retracements. This is a 100% retracement. Back to the right shoulder, sell. I don't do that. I want you to give me at least 110. Give me a little breakout. Once I get that little breakout, then I'm taking this opportunity. Now, if you took something that took this and you saw this as structure, because again, if we drop to lower time frame, I'm pretty sure that that structure is a bit more defined, right? Let's go to the 1 hour. Right? Structure is a bit more defined there. I get it. Right? So if this is the structure you were going based off of, this is a very clear change of direction. This wouldn't be an opportunity I would not mind you guys taking. Right? Stop loss at the high. The market gave me a minimum 1 to 1 already, 1 to 2, and market gave me a 1 to 3, it looks like, barely. Yup, barely. Give me a 3 if this is making sense so far, guys. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go. Now, the thing is, we should always focus on structure. Okay? Always focus on structure. We have a break of structure here. Now, if this is my break of structure, guys, I'm going to zoom in for you guys. If this is my break of structure, where would my change of direction line be? I'm sorry, for sales. If I want the market to sell to the downside and change direction, where would my change of direction line be? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, we got that. Thank you for participating, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Makes the call a lot better. We have a breakout rally to the downside. Guys, my starting point is right here. And my left shoulder is right here. The left shoulder was barely missed, bro. That right there was meant for the right shoulder. That was meant for that right shoulder. How do you know when something is meant for the right shoulder? Well, notice how we get the change of direction. Market taps into the starting point, taps into the starting point, and then we're just creating liquidity at this point. We drop lower. Yes, the market does give us another starting point here. You are right. It does. But we can't overlook liquidity. We cannot overlook liquidity. This right there was 100% meant for that right shoulder. I mean, it might be able to continue. I mean, this is pretty ugly structure now at this point. So let's go ahead and we'll continue to mark up. This is fairly ugly. I ain't even gonna lie to you. but I'm going to continue, right? This is my BOS to the downside. My change of direction line would be here. We have not changed direction yet. We have not changed direction yet, right? So look, we've already wicked this. We wicked it again. But look, if the market still wants to sell off, we have to mark up and be accurate. My break is structured to the upside. So, I mean, if you're looking and banking on the market buying, then obviously your starting point for buys would be here, right? But for me, I want this to change direction before I look for buys, right? So I have my breakage structure and I have my change of direction, right? What if the market gives me some profit, you're able to break even or take partials, and then the market does this? Well, we might continue to be in that retracement phase and work our way down. Does that make sense, guys? Because this right here, I need this to give me a solid change of direction. Notice how this structure is very defined, even though it is liquidity, yes, but it gives me a defined low, defined high, and then we get just ugly market structure. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So if the market can still make its way down, I promise you guys, the market can still make its way down. So understanding what we just broke down, right? Yes, the market is giving us all of these entries. We're ping-ponging. Man, we cannot miss. But notice, after breaking down all that structure, nobody was able to find the liquidity. That's what I was really wanting for you guys to identify. Give me a 3 if this is making sense. And you guys are understanding the retracement phase. You guys are understanding where you are in the market. And this is how you ping pong, right? You're looking to sell to the next buy, to the next sell, to the next buy. Right? I used to ping pong a whole lot. I personally don't do that as much anymore on intraday. Mainly do it on daily and weekly timeframes now at this point. But yeah, guys, understand it will give you structure to take opportunities off of, but you cannot ignore the liquidity that is being presented in front of you. Because if you cannot see the liquidity, you are the liquidity. Meaning, everybody was able to see structure inside of here, but nobody was able to identify the liquidity. So if you're participating inside of this structure and you can't see the liquidity, you are the liquidity building the liquidity. Does that make sense? So you have to understand, you have to zoom out, because yes, the market will give you opportunities, but it's literally allowing you to, so you can create the liquidity for future moves. It's allowing you to participate. So in the future, the big banks will come in and take out everybody who had just created all this liquidity. Trust me, I used to do it, guys. I trust me. I used to participate in all the counter trends. I used to ping pong everything, every time frame. And I was just like, bro, and I would look at my stats and be like, I'm taking a lot of losses and they're not helping me. Right. And a lot of us, when it comes to like making money in here, we kind of just like forget that we can be better and we can become better. We kind of just see money and we're like, what I am now is what it is, right? I'm either going to make it happen or not with the person I am now and the rules that I know now. But it can happen. It's a slow process, but we have to get better and we have to advance. And if we could see everything, it helps us. It helps you, helps everybody in a whole, right? So again, break a structure to the downside. Let me just mark this up again. Anybody, I don't know anybody who trades EUR CAD, but might as well mark it up for you guys. Change of direction to the upside. And if you are looking to continue sales, this is your break of structure to the upside. And this is your change of direction to the downside. Awesome. Let's go ahead and continue. I mean, I don't trade none of this stuff, so we're just gonna see. Let's take a look. GBP CAD. Let's see. Monthly time frame. Monthly time frame looks good too. It just swept all this liquidity. A lot of consolidation for the last 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So about 5.5 years, the market was in consolidation. Market swept, and then it looks like we just got our change of direction to the upside. How crazy is that, right? And a lot of you guys would have not even known unless I jumped up to the higher time frame and looked at a random pair, right? So in the future, don't know when it's going to happen, but we do have a possible swing opportunity in this area. Whenever the market wants to make its way back, I would definitely start looking to look for buys in this area to shift that market up. Now let's take a look. We have the change of direction. Let's just mark this up clean. BOS at the downside, change of direction to the upside. Let's mark it up. Let's take a look. So we can see here that this is the breakout rally that gave me my change of direction, but it also gave me a break of structure here. Okay. Now, if this is the breakout rally, my last selling candle is right here. Guys, did the market come pick it up? Did the market come to that starting point and continue going higher? Yes. Yes, it did. Let's drop down to the weekly time frame. We can minimize our starting point now. It's this one here. So we can start to adjust. Solid. Super, super solid. Now let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at how the retracement phase starts, right? Because we know the starting point is here. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame, right? We know that the daily starting point is here. On the 4-hour time frame, this is where the market is going to start to make its way back to us. Sooner or later, we will have something that looks like this, and the market will start to make its way down so it can continue going higher in the future. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. How much time do I got? I got like 7 minutes, and then Miguel's going to yell at me. Bet. So let's mark this up, guys. If this is my break of structure to the upside, where's my change of direction line? Mark it up for me. Hold on. Let me make this shit big. Mark it up for me. Where's my change of direction line? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. My change of direction. Let's go. Right now, notice, before any of this stuff happened, market was bullish, right? BOS. This is my starting point for buys. The market came in, gave it some profit, gave it some more profit. So understand, like the market can give these starting points profits, but there will be a time where they're gonna get violated and the retracement phase will start to happen. Okay. So notice we finally get, we finally get that change of direction now. Okay. So for me, this is my last break of structure. That's my BOS. Let's go to the daily time frame and see if we have a starting point. I mean, it's going to be this one. Let's see if we can minimize. It's going to be this one here. That's my last buying candle before the change of direction. I mean, it does give one here very slightly, but that's a very, very suspect change of direction. This is a much more confident change of direction for myself. right? So now let's see if this retracement phase starts to happen now. We can update this as well. Market came into my starting point. Let's see if it respects the starting point or if it comes to my right shoulder. Boom. So again, notice how the market came into my starting point and gave me some profit. That's going to happen, guys. Right? But we don't know if it's going to respect and go down or if it's going to violate and come to our next opportunity. Guys, this is why understanding risk to reward is so important, because we can be looking for something right here to take sales down. This is opportunity one. Does it give me a 1-to-1? No, it was just shy. So this was an actual loss. I actually lost money on this. I wasn't able to partial out or break even on this trade. So I'm down 1%, right? But my stop loss here, my second opportunity, let's see if this gives me a 1-to-3. I don't even know personally, but let's see, it gives me a 1-to-2 minimum. So as of right now, I have partial doubt and I am break even. So let's see. Wow, notice how it does that. That's crazy. Does it go your way? Oh, look at that, bro. The market be on some. I swear to you. Even when you try to do good, it's always gonna piss you off, bro. But it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't be mad for having good money management and protecting your capital. It is what it is, right? But nonetheless, you have to understand risk to reward, because we're gonna take some. There's gonna be times, guys, where you're gonna have to take one loss at your first opportunity, and the market may give you a loss just to take the second opportunity. Okay? Do not be scared. Do not get all emotional. Do not start crying when you hit your first loss. Give me a 2 if this is making sense. You should not care if you have 1 or 2 losses back to back. Now, if you have 10 losses back to back, then I'm going to be tripping, right? If we follow our 10 trade cycle and you take, let me see, and you take 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss, 4 loss, 5 loss, 6 loss, 7 loss, 8 loss, 9 loss, 10 loss. If you take 10 losses, then I can trip with you. Like, you're gonna be tripping a little bit. I'm gonna be tripping a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But let's say 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss, 4 loss, 5 loss, 6 loss, 7 losses. You just took 7 losses. Do not get emotional until you finish your 10 trade cycle, because what if the last 3 are winners? You were down 7% to come up 9%. What's 9 minus 7? 9 minus 7. 2. You're still up 2%. So it's very important that we understand risk to reward and we don't get emotional and get sad when we lose 2 trades. Boo-hoo. Cry me a river. All right? That's all I want to tell you. Cry me a river. I'll cry a river with you if you lose 10 trades in a row. How about that, guys? But like 1 or 2 trades, bro. Come on. Come on. But again, things like this is a counter trend trade. So the market's not going to make it easy on you. Like, yes, it gave you a 1-to-1, 1-to-2. You're able to partial out. Came back to hit you break even like it always does. And then market is back into our buy zone. So it is what it is. This was a counter trend trade, whatever. But this is the trade that we really wanted to get into. So let's see what happens. Oops. Liquidity sweep, my last break of structure. Did we change direction? Yes, we do. If it takes this out, I don't even care about these sales that happen. Let's go. Come to me. Come to me. Come back. Come back to me. Ah, consolidation. Come back to me, bro. Oh, that was the move right there. It looks like. Let's see. No, come back. The anticipation, bro. The anticipation. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Miguel's gonna yell at me right now. Bruh, either hit my take profit or come back for me. Cha-ching, baby. But look at what the market left, guys. We're bullish. I bet none of you guys even located this liquidity here. Market liquidity was taken, but also liquidity was left. Liquidity was also left. So sooner or later, we are in an uptrend, guys. There is no mistake onto why they left this liquidity. It looks like this is the real move now. So let's take a look and see if that pushes the market higher. Boom. Guys, look at that. Our buy zone, did it not take out the high? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Now let's take a look. Let the market continue. Because as of right now, it looks like this is the next buy zone. This is liquidity. Yup. So check me out. Higher high, higher low, higher high, possible higher low to continue. Oops. To continue the bullishness. Give me a 2 if this makes sense, guys. And we have it inverted right here as well. Boom, fire call. Guys, when you guys participate and you guys ask questions, it makes the calls way better. Way better, right? Do not be shy. Do not hop on these calls to be a spectator, guys. Come on here with questions willing to learn. Like, bro, there's 13 on here. I think we maxed out like at 20 or so, and not one person asked a question. Or, I mean, I hope I'm teaching you guys, but I can see that nobody is coming with an intent to actually learn and get better with actual questions that they personally need. Right. And trust me, I know y'all need questions answered because there are times where I still need my questions answered. Right. So I would love it if we stop being spectators and start acting. Act on the questions that you need answers, guys. Act on the questions that you need answered. Okay. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I hope I gave you guys some value 100%. I felt like this call was pretty fire. We broke things down a lot different this call than the last retracement call. And the examples were actually spot on to everything that, I was teaching you guys. So my drawings will go hand in hand with the examples, which I think is always fire when the chart can give the exact examples that I gave you guys, right? So with that being said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to get at me. You guys know my Instagram, DuffelBagVern. If you guys have any questions or need any charts looked at in the chats, my friend enjoyed your class. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I appreciate you for inviting them on. Thank you. I appreciate you, JQ. I hope they loved it. I hope to see him again. I hope to see you on Friday, friend. I hope to see you on Friday. But if you guys need your charts looked at, double checked, you can send it to me in the chats. I will get at them. Don't be afraid to double text me, triple text me. I stay busy and I have other things on my mind as well. But trade responsibly this week, guys. And I hope to see y'all on Friday. Let's get it.